you're born to us, Montua Mama. Michelle Mugose, me back, Mepe Party Office. Amam, office before said, you have 2024 about you will move up for any your party officer. Honorable, Ashas, Amaya. And China and Moshia. Medibani fair one name one, not it. Now, I'm saying, 1 month, a good 2 months. Now, we'll be mamma to say, Sir Bandy, old Bandy, more. You go Bandy for no. Go Bandy for now. Traditional area for us to say, as some more. Neda, you call me Papa Nas, go boom today. So, some more cry on the old chapel. Now, young queen. And Papa, any Ramo. No, it's just temporary. I know we did obviously. And they say, sir, obviously. Yes, and you know, you can't boom. Now, yes, office. And someone tells you there. May never do it if I choose. Yet also be also party meeting office and CBCM. And say, region, your boy, Munya, what it is degree. They say, we might say. You are the name of second sir. Omutima said, that 5 top of mine. The question was said, a party office. Timsam, Sikanwa, Omuyama. Mama TV na yapakoye party dana is here. Me kai also chama any problem. Omuma 70,000 which is how many million? 700 million. What's up? Ah, okay, yes, thank you. The chairman home, my home is there. Yemfa na yemfa enkoboa party office. Say cano e da kotoba. And people find the Benya Piano, that they come, never Casuiano, that call Aquatua, and that meaning said, every 2024, no, you have a 12 not ye near you. After my 2 years, this other 2 years, no, also. Now, you move a call, Yenny. Yes, I told you. Medima, Bia, class. Party no more, and share. Yetikato, go here. Yetikato about 8554. Niato, coordinators. Na Yabato, party constituency executives. Na Yabiko region. The free region, here called national. And no one say, acquire region. Yeah, national. Mr. Memenda, we are in America, and I got national, a year penny for Omubeta. And Sana, I fear Chino, your parliamentary candidate, and now your presidential candidate for the party. 87. C'est Obiba, c'est Nibedina, Nibedese, Emreno, et Nanson. Il y a pas de nous chier, Moumekaya, party time. A faux n'est pas bien à prendre. Au Moupou party, Nason, il y a fini au Moussin. C'est où est pour Asama, and now we are no more channel, simple. Ahafo Ano first constituency, one day more, Mambo, I was about to win. I can't move in NPP power. Sir, won't be a party office, we are not in there. That's a Mukusia percent, 209 crabs, me a dear. That's a 2024. One day more, NPP and call power. 1 year. I don't tell that ye. And now they are fanfare the woman at the same way. Name of my dear, as a office issue in Crammy, and only idea here. 2024 about to honor, and yet, Asa,
Paya, your best say free man can so sit up a mo. Ye be. Sunya Pandana, Asena, by Yellow Mohu. And near my potem through the MP's common fund, MC common fund, and then near man, and only at yes, a bomb. Now, America can one out to me, in a party for me, yes, I send a casa. As it is, MP before you say a quiet and friend of mine, you read. Say a call IMF one. The part I want to know about Casanova for more to make a crammers. You call IMF one. Natural say, if you say, if it's MPP here. Obia Busa says, MPP before the IMF for the amount of a yaba. Because when him say economy we know. I want my party beer will be 20 years than NPP. And with the Yabamu, the attorney say, NPP are buying another damp of Fado down who say a fantasieco. The dinner Yabako, young boy, I feel ground you didn't come, but they take it for so many, a bay 9 Ilkunsia, and Sana Yabako of Wapati and Ayako, where they could come and the Airposukake. Now, sir, you need power, Mamma never power, ANDC. The Italian class said more Bambu would say. And this in our 10 China or say economy they say no. Just 2 days before I announced to say a quiet IMF. Not on Mahama TV said a brass was set Ghana by IMF. A chance will be solution for Frubia apart from say IMF. And it is IMF for the air. That's an also about Bacodia say we have so baby another. Sunday who here. So the channel said if you are saying and I get to say baby as I say I am a fair boy and my man. Now but here argument in the say. And this is called IMF, MPP are called IMF for any and your pen. And no vice president Baumiakas was say. Sir, Okofaka Pentenis or more than so. That I see our boss and soon to her. And from on fire. BBNC, that's a dano supergua. Oh, every right is over for a carpenter, not incompetent carpenter. If it's a BBN, the way it has was a dino, as I said, super. The book of a carpenter from back. That's all the board down so. Now, when I was from a jumper to the big ball, maybe I walk quite a good work for. That's a dinosaur power. Or the carpenter need back on your pen. Especially, say, if you back up by your high child dinosaur in our swap, that's just the body behind it. Let's see. And then people call IMF a bra. African countries almost say deny. Yeah, and not just say, a mismanagement is at your work out. And you see, you're not open so mobility. In the area of Ghana, you're quite enough in 2014 and Mahama. But they said that teachers training allowance no care. Sabrina, you're quite enough for not free education or yet. Sabrina, you're no school feeding or treble. Sabra, you're another go anyhow. Sabrina, never be bra, another dog for the back, planting for food and dogs. And then fertilizer, now you say we are for half price, but that's a big deal. And I can't a bra, you call IMF. COVID. Ababa, we are sitting in IMF. You can't bra, you call IMF. Which I lay a palm over you free Ukraine, and then it to be back. You can't sabre ya, and Parada supposed to abandon the pure fees. Now could have so hot, and there be America so baby, our challenges or hot here. That's you so I hear. And don't take a pen to my wabba. And I think you will do so because I'm a fine with me say. Yet you know, Sagana economy say and the NPP, Ghana food near the that's will be. Now, another country, a black comment by say. So, I'm the pen. Workers over economy in the mobile days. You are emphasis coming to over and son. I am Gary, said a bear, I really queer. All of here support that time when you have the no more than what you could see. Your party animal would be. Yaman the Pana can hear free. Now, you can't let me say, what you say with Mr. Ramoka or say, economic management to Dr. Bomiada or Sabrina can't say. Sir, and so I send a person so Ghana for us now. Send it to the institutions for me back. About economy to pay a thing. That's why, yes, sir, remember the partners. That's what the people would want the economy because a crab could be a man with them, not to be some farm. No matter how difficult it becomes in the future, he is able to bring the economy back on track with the NPP. I want the egg room. I don't tell you, I don't want it. A brand to say, Yea, kakra. I don't just why NPP. Now about mobile communication, one away a movie. Also, I'm about I'm cancer because baby, I had to get one year. If you are sitting down here, that's this in the bar. Yeah, said you wouldn't know. I mean, Shamo, I'm about Sada Rumagana for tears to say, yeah, and they are so bad. I must be. I mean, Shamo,
Ebra, Chairman Bayer, no Manian, and my party office. I say, I say, I have flow of reviews, CPS in every year. Yeah, it was so. Chairman Zonobo, and Cressa was a party office as I see. Nancy, you know, met Pesse, the new executives. You remember, baby. Ah, ho by a horse near their party office. Echo Sibra, you better messy party office, no, every. The catcher said, Chairman, but there was a pan or a grandpa. Yeah, what they have, the executives. Yamia, no. Ghana my smami. Emma meet you fine. It is welcome to Muna, Chairman friend, and say, Honorable, Yamia Drum, Yako Akoti officer. And the Anobi is also Abba Bepua. And the name Abba BCC Mamma. Namsi, and the Yako Passi, Yako Usramo. And Papa and Bedri, and so who say, at the fair fee, and the way and the Yapam to Nabotaya, Chairman, Apple, I am in your party office. We know. And Tresse, ye Babet Nadam say, I'm a bro afe, and I'm feeling. It's answer, it is giving us the opportunity. Not yet me and yan 14 at your party office now. Massa says, so now you're within a year or two. Let's hear to maybe a pound to man. The party office is why, yes, you know. I get them Yako, a Abrosign and a yes. Who can write this now? Abrosign and a yes. It's answered before your Yati, and I'm a boy. Yati, dear Abrosign. Ah, Ibenia, and then Cassia was right. Can you tell the hay? Then I never got down so I was wow. I felt a dollar more. Who took my crab and do my crown so now I want to him to us on call crew. Not about the other, we never do so bad. I know that. Yeah, my pa. Yeah, I say, yeah, and it's a part in any way. Yes. And to tell my say, Honorable, and I have money you want to make. As I said, we used to say to me, Naya raises Kakara, Naya towels, and ma. It's me to a human soul. And I'm the German as a papa, and I also say, Odysseus and Juan, Odysseus and Juan, and he said, tell me, I had a fair way, say, I said, as you may pass, I'm in the Assamacon, and I may not be about a boa, which I want so many. As I said, Mr. Bomber Hosso, it's in the Miss My Margins and my baby. Baby, Biba, I have a pro. Now, I have a I have office in the sun. Now, Ansana, Chamasuti, Ansana, Metuasono, and Saka already see what I say. Then so, Enra, Ghana, Mampeni, Eton, Safra, MPCA. You walk, Nasibe, NPP MPs. And it is if we're Ghana. Eto enkra ewo enkran koye meeting you read and run or see this for no stand train or Sunday this for our meeting and at 2 o'clock it's in a moment this yawa now this is say me ba me fan so maso say oni ade there's the way air koswa what make us say or tenankran or sa enti ono so kita cement bag enko ahead no 200 bags of say what they party officer I just said, Abitiano, yet the thing is a child. Many years, many unknown police in 4 coordinators. Sabobia comes on the Baba boy. Yes, so, yes, Ese Ochia Goda. Ena yesi nentine nsusu. Eye kese ayede. Aha. Ene tino mi tramo manemu. Na ma ye momo de nyina. Esa se. Mini adapa. Ebe jina financial secretary. Oye se oye. Ama consistency for na meboa. It is a river jina dia. Meso so media nemo. Yes sir. Eti me yamo so de ama mo. Kosa. Enti kosa. Mede sika pole. Na ansa na no. Ansa no se sika me dia wura party office ni mo no. Pole. Eye 175,000, 1.7 billion. Ana medical. And there's a part of us that matter something pension. And then the wire chairman. Nikita Mensem $10,000. $10,000. What the back on the Sikamwa? What the back on the Sikamwa? 800 million.
Price announcement by the NPP government to be going to the IMF in order to rescue our economy. And I think it is obvious everyone in this country is surprised that the NPP could think of going to the IMF. Yes, because everyone in this country has ever trusted the NPP to be the best managers of the economy, and it is still same in that if you want to do the comparative analysis of where we have been in recent times to where we used to be, then it makes no sense for anybody to say that if NDC goes to IMF and NPP goes to IMF, then we are equal. We are not. Because circumstances leading to our going to the IMF today is something that has happened almost everywhere in Africa. Now most African countries are running to IMF. In the days that they want to compare Ghana's going to IMF to, only Ghana went there on the basis of fiscal indiscipline. And so the government says that it could not manage the economy well. Our going to the IMF is not as a result of mismanagement. The NPP's IMF issue that has cropped up has come out as a kind of aggravation of a problem across the globe. Now, if developed countries are fighting over inflation, fighting over interest rates, high prices of food and other commodities, no one is able to control, then it makes sense then Ghana too could face same. And so I was trying to say that in the midst of COVID, in the midst of the Russia-Ukraine war, almost all our surrounding countries in West Africa are going into IMF. And so it is not wise for anyone to assume that the NPP will be going to the IMF because of mismanagement. We are going that because of external shocks, something that no one anticipated. Shocks that are very, very heavy. Very, very heavy. And if you want to measure the impact of COVID-19, look at how it has affected the economies of US and the UK. All these giants are now finding it difficult to even control prices of fuel. And so we understand that yes, the economy of Ghana today is in problems. High prices of fuel, high prices of food and other commodities. Fertilizer that government used to subsidize for farmers is no longer available because one of the more major components for making fertilizer is phosphate, and most of that comes from Ukraine. And so if all these are not happening, it means that Ghana cannot continue to subsidize the products for our farmers. And so it is very true that our roof that has been ripped off our building, the country called Ghana, is not standing alone. The roof of so many countries are ripping, and that means that the storm is very heavy. It means that it is very stronger and no one can stop it. And so it is obvious we have to join other African countries to go to IMF and look for programs that will help us manage our macroeconomy in the short term. And I believe, as everyone believes the NPP can do it, we will take Ghana there and bring it back safely. We believe that the people of this country deserve best economic practices. And that's the reason why every policy that we have implemented since 2017 touches every soul, everybody in this country. We don't put in measures that will benefit the politician alone. We talk about free education, every household has benefited. Talking about planting for food and jobs, every single policy that we brought, we want to safeguard it. And it is better we go now and save the policies than to let all of us collapse and die. eventually. So I believe very soon, if we engage the IMF and the conditionalities are good enough and we start the program, very soon we shall come out of it because we have done it before. The NDC took us, left us there. We brought Ghana out of that IMF program successfully. Presidency and go away with free SHS. No, that is not the country he has envisaged many years ago before he became president. And I believe that no matter how difficult it becomes, free education will be safeguarded. I know government flagship programs that are still beneficial to the people of Ghana will be safeguarded. Nonetheless, we are only going to make sure that some policies are in place to make sure that it kind of guards all the things that we put in place already. We only need a kind of guardian that will save us from falling. And we can't wait any longer. This is the time. In fact, the NDC's John Mahama, even before 2 days of the announcement, came out to say that Ghana should go to IMF. It means that obviously there is no other better solution that they have. All that everyone envisaged today is for us to get to IMF and get policies that will support us. And so I am very confident. I'm very, very confident that government flagship programs like free education will not be scrapped because of IMF. I'm very strongly convicted, and I believe that is what is going to happen. We will go to IMF and still save those policies and make sure that it becomes a legacy that will live even beyond the presidency of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Presidency and go away with free SHS. No, that is not the country he has envisaged many years ago before he became president. And I believe that no matter how difficult it becomes, free education will be safeguarded. I know government flagship programs that are still beneficial to the people of Ghana will be safeguarded. Nonetheless, we are only going to make sure that some policies are in place to make sure that it kind of guards all the things that we put in place already. We only need a kind of guardian that will save us from falling. And we can't wait any longer. This is the time. In fact, the NDC's John Mahama, even before 2 days of the announcement, came out to say that Ghana should go to IMF. It means that obviously there is no other better solution that they have. All that everyone envisaged today is for us to get to IMF and get policies that will support us. And so I am very confident. I'm very, very confident that government flagship programs like free education will not be scrapped because of IMF. I'm very strongly convicted, and I believe that is what is going to happen. We will go to IMF and still save those policies and make sure that it becomes a legacy that will live even beyond the presidency of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Nkɔfo na wɔn a na wɔn di adeɛ anaasɛ from new executive members ɛna wɔn nso agyi yɛ tum na mpanyinfoɔ sɛ wɔhyɛ bɔ na wɔn ani so a akyi deɛ wɔwie yɛ bɛba nti nyame adaworo ma yɛkeka yɛn ho bom ɛnya afotorɔ kakra ɛna nyame nkyɛade a yɛde anya a convenient place ɛnɛ ɛtumi fa nipa bɛyɛ 1,000 yɛwɔ enclosed area space ya yitimi shia meetings idi asa near office ya chairman one dey new executive 17 na we are with seat on the table your annex ya organizers and national so others no so shia ho e bia enso ye fully air conditioned until for now there na ehua be hia say e was say ye invite party ma any delegates ni titru na mo ba na ja show mo say bo share show mo na ni so ade hu a yenyaye no enie ntene ye pa wontoma e de ahye won sa say obi twam aha akoye Kumasi junction from Nyani to Kumasi na high junction e bia na me fa sa ma wonam na ho akokem utimi beda bibia aye more convenient a obi anso e betima enjoy bia enu ntina ma yetu yensa frɛ o mo say obi a na behwede adansi ye party office adadafo na ekoye no think as o ma modern o ye o ma fam de e create ato asase foundation across so pillars kra no o ma ebi dru hosisi a they erected at least 30 different pillars support construction no but o ma de so kwem and then you take advantage ama meeting and course no you generate fund and then nyame adaroma me office Osemen Sandapa as an acting financial secretary. Me am tabulity it me to sika dada no 2 billion 30 million aka ho. That is 200,000 and 3,000. 203,000 Ghana cedis. Now, I'm charged here. You should be able to that. Minimum, sir, ain't me conquer bra ye be and now completing level. But at least, I bet me the I could do any baby. Tinamedumia, ye call general national elections. I rather do me any baby draw. Ya chel cry ni 4 days time. You be home na yakwa 12 median so. And the de adwumadi edi no aboa yam yet me raise fund. Ama na me charge ye de kotwa party office. So sooner ye benya a reputable party office situated at Mankranso. Ebeya numunyam hye ama constituency no. Bra me to see from semi hwemu when Nibeka said there was a lot of ambiguities. Dodo na no mu nwinwi as a omunia ho keka e party no biem. But new executive say buy no so mo hwe o ma ho keka there were dey nyane the oton coat nani there were real sorry to America. So for now dear say you can break the 8 nanka Ahafo Ano Southwest nko dia automatically nka break 8 no because obi ha sorry retira wanya ho keka so nko bia odi ko break 8 no and na say ohwe program na say in fact me hwe merwafo e ba ye o mo say baba be hwe bi ebi kura ngi ndi say mo ye sure see anya party officer ne nkonya 30 ya wo we office air condition mami ba ko wura bo so wonda kura MPP because air condition kura no on tena bi mu da ana wura sa dan na bi wo mu da enti ye constituency nko enko ade de meka nyane say obi are ready say obi break 8 no omoko ado through the new elected executives enti obi are na say obeboa me break 8 no. I think it has become more relevant to see how far we can break the 8. A lot of people are saying it, breaking the 8, breaking the 8. I don't think this is a small tax. It's a very big tax. It's a challenge. When you come to our constituency, there are a lot of ambiguities here and there. Some are saying either we vote black and white, in other words, skirt and blouse as a slogan. But with our new elected constituency executives, they have left an exemplary life. As such, those people who are following us, they've gotten a special energy to work with us. Why am I saying this? Formerly, we happen to live in a small container. Excuse me to say a container. It is, because an office that can contain a maximum of 7 people, isn't it a tragedy? So we thought it twice. It would be more prudent if we can come together, make things possible. As such, we can come out with a reputable office. So this one, let me say, is a miniature one, but we've done all. We've gotten a space or a floor that can accommodate at least 30 people at a time. Aside that, we have chairman's personal office. There is a balcony or another things that also contain the, what's the name, the Nasala, our organizer. They also live in a different office. So like I was saying, we've purchased a whole building. So when you add the floor together, at least 1,000 to 2,000 people can be accommodated at the enclave. They've done industriously, let me put it that way. I'm saying this because they started something, and today we've taken an advantage to raise a fund costing 230,000 Ghana cedis. Sorry, 203,000 Ghana cedis. Old currency, someone will say 2 billion for the 2.3 billion for the contribution of our ongoing party office. Formerly, our predecessors started something that is a party building. They have poles or the contractors will say pillars. They've already erected the pillars. At least let me say they have done well. Like I was saying, industriously they have performed. But to be sincere, what they have done, at least something like 100,000 cedis was spent. Geologically, this is how I may put it. Because I remember last time when we came with our engineer, he made a calculation like, or estimately 100,000 Ghana cedis. So for now, we have raised the fund. At least the fund that we raised today can also support like a main or the whole project. So I know as it stands now, even though it doesn't take a day or a month to complete a whole party building, but I know gradually it shall soon be completed. Thank you. Generally, what I would say is, I may urge each and everyone to come together so that we can unite. It should be under one umbrella so that we can work together. Because when you say party, P-A-R-T-Y, it comprises with a lot of people having come together to form or to unite. Then we call it a party. So what I would tell them is, no one should sit down. We shouldn't be sleeping. Let's work together. And I know together we can build. Now let's have a common goal. If other people say we do not have interest, I remember I had this information some time ago where a lot of people were complaining. There was a whole lot of complacency that we are tired of our leaders. We cannot go and then be campaigning. Why? Because they realized that something went wrong. Now, with the motivation led by the new elected executives, I think things are in order. Now, to be precise, I learned each and everyone is happy. So I may urge them to keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you too. Your full name and your position here.
I'm Elvis Osei Mensah Dapa, Acting Financial Secretary for Ahafo Ano Southwest Council District.
NPP.
NPP.
One room be. To say nyame adu no moto aban ma ye ne. Ye bepe party office foforo. Na be before say be 2024 aban so. Ye party officer ya sha ase no. Me hwe say ye be wie sa office na ye move akoye na idim. Nti ye keka ye nsa no yesiesie ho no. Ene na ye ya adwen say ye be ye official lunch. Nti to yansa frefre ni party tribe. So mumra na ye na party office na di. Na afi so ye mfa ya dise ade nto manim na omun support you na party office na ye pese yesi no etiminya sika na de ye nene ade titiwa ye no ene
Chama isa wade
afuto no ma wo mun se de dika ne ko na ye be ko no e den nti ye de ya hye obi enkran se obi anyene ne ho na onye adwumaden se de betimi agric 8 no na minim se ne yesi ahokeka ye de start no minim se inshallah ye be break 8 no
chama within
FM Kofi Champion AK of Abrobi.
Thank you.
And then luckily within 2 months I've been able to fulfill that. And you remember, you saw that there was a appeal for fund in aid of the office building that we intend building. We also give them promise that when they vote for us, in a matter of before the election, 2024 election, I will make sure we move to our own party office. So we are online. The appeal for fund yielded a lot of money, which immediately after the national election, we are going straight away to the building to make sure we fulfill our promise. Advice, or what I can say, is that the battle before us, the 2024 election, is not easy. So everybody should get involved after the national election. Everybody, from constituency to national to region to national,
we should all get involved and make sure we work hard and achieve our aim. Thank you.
Yeah, party officer, new chairman, and the executives are mobile. Who say party dana yetimuno is so. Yentime funny padodo. Internet say ye pe baby a hot bike akra. And no na chairman then the SC for man penny food so ne party executives no constituency executive na boa ya. Nyame ya adoma yenya office fofora ene de na ye pa hontoma. Na ebra ye pa hontoma no ye fa konya kro na so esa e dey raise funds towards permanent party officer ya masase amisi eye dwumedia ya masase be seboso be sensie ni sisi ye ka say ye wi floor level no nyina awie ye sisi pillars nyina awie akase ye ba beto aso na yato edan no enti akwanya ba asa no say yetimi take opportunity we say na yetimi di raise funds eno na ene de ya raise funds ya ankurankure abeboa nyame ado yetima raise to the tune of 200,000 this is 2 billion let's take in kwa ye de party edan no ho na ya ba modern say betimi agina so akitikiti aye adwuma no na yetimi ate ense afiri ho enya adwuma keto na ye adwuma kese a edaho isi abrosan party abrosan ye oba bia conference hall kakraka ye benya offices enso wom na few accommodations so at least obi person call rest crowd obi baby arrest ni nyina enso ya ene de dwumadi edi ye no aboa ye yam yetimenya sesika botene ya ye de party office no about 2017 to date school adan kwa me de aba Ahafo Ano kwa almost 22 school adan kwa ye ka se ma commission adan no mako 10 7 are ready ya nyame adoma very soon ya me sa commission 7 no they are kind so at they are at various stages so enti say yetimenya adan kwa 22 within this short period no because we hunu hwia nya no nko ene so ko sika freboja ekosi afresini a kotale yeguso video guso sesi ya omoye sa kunsukam to sakrum 20.1 kilometers ene so video guso ya yegu kotale ene so because we hunu hwia na me ne nya adwen papa $1 million per constituency nya chefa wa 22 projects community centers in Kwama 7 and a school block water closet just say projects in Bebri and scatter across the district. The unfortunate situation is a contractor near Jumana Drew baby no and now running out of funds. It is was Sakupiska. I feel in Yamiadman in Sakeska 21st of this month or Sabe to $1 million per constituency projects in or Sababe to us. Just say Krobia I want to say Obama Granso community center Muguso Kokunzo community center Okoyo also community center just say Krobia achane makoma to because MPP abamba iwo hunu hwia na just say oni asabi onokre no mbeso oka ene ma ekoso mpunti okoso afa no pa ye kasa se sie eye China water enkroma akoma 46 China water for oguso a omusi nkania poles electricity poles almost synchron bebre wi a omukwa kope wires e dey ba beguso aye rural telephony communication mass say yes bebre na anu yen yasa de aba masa select enkura aka nyina 15 asa de akwa yasa besi aye rural telephony se na be obi gina ba bia obetuma ye call ni nyina ya dwuma pa ekoso so because we hunu hwia ese mne nipa kro nyaadwe ne ma ekoso na nya no nko ebi be ka ho sesi ya nya ntie yasa me select another road of 15 kilometers ya no so ye de echo no so no yes I dey top it up we are making sure say nkan na do second term be ko de me mom de me bomb pa pa na nka Ahafo Ano kuro bia kwan de se ngu so nwie kura na nka kakakra bi eno na me vision for now me go so abi 200 more than it is o when na makeka nyina no because we hunu hwia me no ya ne ya adwen be enye yida honorable much for your viewers. It's proper and fitting that NPP Ahafo Ano Southwest should have a befitting party office. Unfortunately, we're having a one-room apartment as an office. So when the new chairman and executive came to the scene, they have realized that that place is very small apartment as an office. That is why they have acquired a new place for office. And today was the day that was devoted for the commissioning of the new office. And we use this opportunity to also raise funds towards the party office that I've started. You know, I've started construction of a new party office, a story building party office. We are done with the casting, we are done with the floor level, we have raised pillars. We are going to continue. Today we're able to raise substantial amount to the tune of 2,200,000 Ghana cedis. All cedis 2 billion. We have been able to raise this amount. So from next week, we are going to continue with this project, and we are going to make sure that we finish the project on time. We are giving ourselves a year or two to be able to complete this party office, and then we'll move in as a new party office for the constituency. Whoever says NPP party has not done enough, NPP party since 2017 and Nana Danko Akufo-Addo assumed office has done tremendously in Ahafo Ano Southwest and Ghana at large. Come to Ahafo Ano Southwest. Within a period of 4 years, we have been able to build 22 school buildings in Ahafo Ano Southwest. Apart from that, construction of roads are ongoing. Rural electrification are ongoing. Rural telephony are ongoing. A lot of infrastructure are ongoing. So for somebody to say NPP has not done much in Ahafo Ano Southwest is quite upsetting. It cannot be true. It cannot be proven as they claim. We are doing a lot in the Ahafo Ano Southwest. NPP is doing a lot in Ahafo Ano Southwest. $1 million per constituency projects, about 22 projects, even though the project stalled for some time due to lack of funds. The contractor is coming back to site to continue with all these projects. All these projects put together will give a very good shape to Ahafo Ano Southwest district or constituency.
Is it easy to break the 8?
It is very simple, very easy to break the 8. Looking at the massive infrastructure projects that is going on in Ahafo Ano Southwest, it is very possible, it is very easy to break the 8.
Are you coming 2024?
Very well. I want to finish with the project that I've started. I have not completed them yet. I want to complete all the projects before I leave the scene 2024.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.